Okay, we're finally here. I'm going to talk about Traverus and why you should consider Traverus travel. Um, Real quick, I was with another travel company before I found Traverus in May of last year. It wasn't that they were really bad, it's just that Traverus was really that much better because all things being considered, what Traverus brought to the table was a lot lower entry fee. Like right now, the cost to get involved is only $99. That's not even a night or a night to a dinner and movies for a family. So for a very small entry fee, somebody can get started and start on the journey of financial whatever decision or destination you're trying to accomplish. But so having a low cost of entry is not the only factor, but it definitely is a factor to consider, and it was one of the reasons I think that it just makes sense for a lot of people because it's an easy decision. I tell people it's really not even a financial decision. $99 to get started in a business, if that is a financial decision for you, you are probably not a candidate for this business. If you're, and I don't know who's watching this, so I can say this freely. If $99 to get started in a business is a burden to you, and you're an adult and you've been working for several years, then what you've been doing to this point for money and how you've been handling money is drastically messed up. And so I would encourage you to grab a hold of some books, start listening to someone financially that is doing something in life different than what you and your circle of friends or family are doing, because like I said, if $99 is a financial decision, then there's a problem there. Like I said, especially if you've been working for years and you're an adult. I hope that does not offend anyone. It is just what it is. So that's one of the reasons Traverus was appealing. But mainly Traverus was appealing because they offered all of their members what they call member trips. And on member trips, no matter what level of involvement you have with the company, you have access to those. And they put on about 12 to 15 different trips a year. The last one that I went on was a Royal Caribbean cruise. It was a 6-day cruise. And you can look this at the website. I mean, I have the pictures to prove it. It was very exclusive, very nice cruise on Royal Caribbean's one of their mega ships, the Enchantment of the Seas. We had 6 days, all food, of course, entertainment, just everything is provided. But our total cost for the cruise, and we're talking including port charges, taxes, and fees, our total cost was $285 a person. I venture to say that one trip, just one trip for a family of 4, will they would more than save on that one trip, or any of the member trips. It would save more than it cost them to a family to actually be involved with Traverus for an entire year. So that to me makes sense, and to most anybody that looks at it, that is something that just makes sense. So the member trips is fun. It's a nice perk to have, and you don't ever have to wonder what you're going to be doing. You just look out ahead on the calendar and see what's coming up on some of our member trips and take that. I know one of the things that are coming up November 2nd, we're having our Traverus convention at sea. It's on the Carnival Valor, and this time we've got a balcony. And I think our balcony price for a 7-day cruise, I think it was only like $500 and something, and that includes all port charges, fuel charges, surcharges, taxes, fees, gratuities, just about everything. It's ridiculously low priced, but it's just, I like to travel. Most people do, and when I talk about why Traverus, that's one of the big reasons. It's because you're offering something to people that is something that they already want to do. You ask most people if they didn't have to go to work, or they didn't have to do whatever they have to do for money, what would they do if they won the lottery? The first thing they say typically is go to Hawaii or go somewhere on a vacation. people just like to travel. So it makes sense to have a business centered around something that people not only do they want, but travel is also something that people need. Most people travel by way of for their business. They travel to go see their family and friends. So travel is a very large, very fast-growing segment of the business world. So it makes sense to partner up with that. Like I said, low-cost member trips. Like I said, this part of the video is very simple. Traverus just makes sense. It's fun to book your own stuff. If you're going to travel anyway, book it from yourself, make a commission on yourself, be able to deduct it from yourself, just no matter how you slice it. We have people that join just simply to take the member trips. They could care less to book travel. They could care less to network like I do. But the member trips make it valuable to them. You have people that just like to book travel. They do group cruises. They handle family reunions. It's fun to them because if you get into the group cruising segment, what you've effectively done is just allowed you and your spouse to travel for free. If you set up groups, you handle the groups, you get paid, and almost always the cruise line will comp you, the booking agent, a suite for your efforts. So it's a very profitable business. It's very fun, and I highly encourage you to just check out the website, look at some of our member cruises, look at the compensation plan. I didn't really touch on that because it is important, but it's very technical, but it's simple. It's one of the most fair compensation plans I've ever seen, because it rewards not only somebody that's an effective builder or an effective leader, because if you in the past you typically had compensation plans that always rewarded a handful of people at the expense of the masses, and that's been a real black eye in this industry. Is you've had people that make outlandish incomes, but if you look at their groups, what you have found is that their groups are struggling. What Traverus has done is combined what we call a hybrid compensation plan that heavily rewards the builder, but not at the expense of somebody that might have a more part-time role in the company. So as the builder builds, by default, once you look at how the comp plan works, he is actually helping his people in his network. So very much take it from me, on a person that's evaluated comp plans for a good part of 18 years now. Traverus's comp plan is one of the absolute best compensation plans for the average guy out there, and for builders as well, that I've seen in my 18 years. So with that, I'm going to close out. I hope I've said something that makes sense to you, and I hope that someday that we have a chance to meet on one of the member trips, one of the cruises, or as David Manning likes to say, maybe we'll meet somewhere on the beaches of the world. But again, hope it helped, and good night. God bless.